1, 2, 3, audience members. Okay. So my name's Julianne McClure, and I'm doing my speech on why you should choose SoundCloud as your main platform of music. SoundCloud should be your main site used when listening to music because it promotes up-and-coming new artists. It's very diverse, and it has all new music as well. So this is a picture of SoundCloud, a printed out version of the online website. And I'm going to go zoom in there. Okay. So on the picture you can see, I'm going to go back to the computer, that you can kind of like retweet it, only it's called reposting on SoundCloud, so that everyone else can see what you've been listening to or what you like, and you can repost what you like so your followers can see what you like so they can like it too or listen to it. You can also go by genre, if it's hip-hop or indie, R&B, and it goes by hashtag. And then for somebody, so that's for me, and I don't upload my own music, but for someone, say, who uploads their own music, they can look at their stats and see who's looking at their music and how long it had been played, the plays for the last 24 hours, and the plays in total of all their music and their songs. So it's pretty cool. That's a printout. Some people use it for their passion of music by uploading their own tracks, and other people use SoundCloud for listening to like the top 100, which you can do on other media platforms like Pandora or Apple Music. But you can also do it on SoundCloud for free. I love music. I have a very talented boyfriend who also loves music. He recently put out his first mixtape on SoundCloud, and it allowed him to reach a large audience. Even if he doesn't have a large amount of followers right now, it still allows him to gain a large amount of followers, and allows the audience, a large audience, to see his songs. This is a picture, my second visual aid, of his mixtape cover. It's a picture of all of his songs and the names, and that's his writing book. That's my second visual aid. SoundCloud is easy to use, and you are able to play music while exiting the app, which you cannot do on YouTube unless you have YouTube Red, I think, which I don't have, but you have to pay for it. So you can use SoundCloud. It's free. You can play as much songs as you want. There are ads, but they're less than 30 seconds. And you can also, if you love music so much that you want to produce your own, you can do that via SoundCloud. Every minute, 12 hours of new music is uploaded to SoundCloud, to the service. Every minute, 12 hours of new music is uploaded. That's crazy. It's a lot. It's a lot of music. I read that on an article on Gizmodo.com. SoundCloud should be your main music source because not only do you get to search and find what song you want to listen to from the top hits, you can also discover new music along the way and new artists who are very diverse, and it's free, which is great. My information comes from the New York Times, Gizmodo, like I mentioned, and Forbes, which is a business site. So let's look deeper into the good and the bad of SoundCloud. With good comes bad, and SoundCloud has its fair share of bad reviews, just like anything else, everything else, online. Many people state that SoundCloud is making it too easy for quote-unquote rappers to make it to mainstream faster than they could have before, and when they don't deserve it. So examples of those that, according to New York Times online, from different polls that they took, were rappers like Lil Pump, XXXTentacion, and Lil Yachty. I'm sure that you guys have heard of those three rappers. I'm sure that my professor has not. If you haven't, feel free to look them up, and you can also look up his track record, all of them. The term SoundCloud rapper is also dubbed as like a diss in some circumstances now, because SoundCloud rappers such as X, which would be short for XXX-Tentacion, and Lil Pump are associated with negative things like drugs, weapons, anger issues, and crime. But these rappers, as well as many others, give actual SoundCloud rappers, for example, like my boyfriend, bad reps because they maybe they did have good hits and then they got famous, but they also have really bad attitude and it shows, and so it gives a really bad name to those who are actually passionate about the music itself and not just the fame. One of the biggest reasons SoundCloud is one of my top music platforms is because it's extremely easy. It's an extremely easy way to start your own music journey, like I said. While Lil Pump and others might have a long history of bad actions, that should not ruin it for the others who are in it for the pure passion of music. SoundCloud is a platform in which many kinds of music is uploaded and stored by those who are passionate about it, like I said. Like many others, my boyfriend is a SoundCloud rapper, yet he is gentle and very meaningful with his words. He takes his experiences and makes poetry out of them, and then in turn raps about them, and it's extremely meaningful, and it's not just Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, which is not meaningful. There are also many famous rappers who do not have a bad rep, and they also started on SoundCloud, like Russ, Kehlani, Post Malone, who might have some, Bryson Tiller, and Kygo, and they range from hip-hop to R&B to indie, I think, is Kygo, I'm not sure. But they range, and they started on SoundCloud, and they don't have a long track record, and they're very famous now. SoundCloud offers opportunity to those who, in a way of reaching a huge audience, like I mentioned, and it gives opportunity, hope, and connections to those who work hard enough to get there. Because SoundCloud is easy, it's free, you can upload your music and you can do it, but if you're actually dedicated and passionate about it and you work hard, you can advance from there with your connections and who you meet and how you put your music out there. An example would be that Russ wrote, produced, and mixed his own music, and then he put it on SoundCloud, and now he's one of the most listened to artists. Another example would be my boyfriend, who has written his own music and made his own connections through social media to find producers and mixers to help him, and he now has his own music video out. Check him out. SoundCloud helped push him because he knew he could upload it there easily and get connections through it as well. People are paying for music services when they could be paying for nothing at all while finding new artists and uploading their own music. That's just crazy. Why would you pay for something when you don't have to? And Pandora has ads all the time. SoundCloud does not have ads after every other song. It's very rare. SoundCloud, the number one thing to take from this for me is that it's free. It's very free. You can get it on an app. You can access it through a laptop or just a regular desktop computer, your TV from like Apple TV, I think. Beyonce and Jay-Z have their own music streaming service called Tidal, and it's not free at all. But they're making millions of dollars from it because they're Beyonce and Jay-Z. But it is not free, and I don't know if you can upload your own music to it. Spotify is not free either. I don't use it, but it's not free, right? Even though SoundCloud is free and easy to use, it cannot compete with many other streaming services, like the ones that I mentioned earlier, like Tidal and Spotify. So when using SoundCloud, you should use SoundCloud so that you can support new artists and support your community as well, because you can they can upload their music there, and you can see their music and support your friends or your family and local artists, because a lot of them upload it to SoundCloud first because it is accessible and easy. SoundCloud can be used, like I said, by computer or phone on the app, and it's very, very easy. That's like another number one. So, let's summarize. SoundCloud should be your main music streaming service. Why? Why should it be? Because it creates opportunities. It creates opportunities for you to find new music and new songs, and it's all diverse, and the songs itself are diverse, and the artists, and it creates opportunities for your friends, because if your friends are uploading music and they need you to listen to it, you can get on SoundCloud and you can play it and you can repost it, kind of like retweeting, and then you're taking 2 seconds to put their stuff out there and help them out. And it also creates opportunities for those people, because then they can make connections. And like I said before, it's free. Why would you not have SoundCloud? Just have it on the app. Just download it. So please sign up for SoundCloud and support your local artists. That is number one for me. SoundCloud is fun and easy to use for yourself, but it also helps support people's dreams. Last thing that I want to throw out there is to go check out my boyfriend's SoundCloud at Alobia95 and like his stuff, because it's great. Okay, so now I'm going to pan across my audience. They're still there. Okay, do you have any questions for me? Anyone?
Can you make money off of SoundCloud?
No, that is the one down that I did not mention. You cannot make money off SoundCloud. But if you're passionate about your music and you just want people to listen to it and get it out there so that you can make more money in the end, then SoundCloud is the way to go. Okay, thank you.